This is the Omoda C5 1.6 GT, a sportier version of the standard C5 crossover, offering a more powerful engine, unique styling cues, and a more engaging driving experience. Is it as good and sporty as it looks? Well, that's a question we are here to answer, because the Chinese are starting to go mental. In this video, we will review the C5 GT, looking at its newfound power and looks, test the exhaust system, and of course launch it, because this is Mzansi Popular Rides. If you haven't yet done so, please be kind to like and to subscribe to the channel for more dope content like this. Come on now, let's support local YouTube. Not so long ago, we reviewed the C5 Elegance S and answered important questions like, is it safe? How is the build quality? How fast it was? And so on. The standard C5 crossover features a 1.5 engine and it's mated to a CVT gearbox. Well, things have changed. Powered by a 1.6 turbocharged engine, putting out 145 kilowatts of power and 290 Newton meters of torque, the C5 GT is aimed at you, the young professionals and families who are looking for a stylish, feature-packed and practical SUV with a touch of excitement. With this type of power output, it could easily take on a T-Roc 2-liter TSI, a vehicle with 140 kilowatts and 320 Newton meters of torque. But before we launch it from 0 to 100 kilometers per hour and perform an exhaust check, let's have a quick look at the exterior design cues. The C5 GT features a number of visual enhancements over the standard C5, giving it a more aggressive and athletic look. Up front, you have sleek LED headlights with integrated daytime running lights, a mesh grille with a sporty design, and large front air intakes for improved engine cooling. You have a unique front bumper with integrated fog lights. The highlight, however, is the blacked out grille, and of course the front splitter for improved aerodynamics. Normal C5, C5 GT. The C5 GT features 18-inch alloy wheels which are customizable into different colors. You can have it in gold and gunmetal gray. My personal pick, however, would be the silver with gunmetal gray alloys. I also wouldn't mind the white with the gunmetal gray alloys. I'm not so sure about the gold and green, but if it speaks to you, it speaks to you. You have sporty blacked outside skirts, a glossy black window trim, and you also get sporty red brake calipers. At the rear, you get this massive rear diffuser for improved aerodynamics, a unique rear bumper with integrated reflectors, sleek LED taillights with a distinctive design, and you have a gold dual exhaust trim, but there is no real exhaust coming through it. In my opinion, the C5 GT's exterior design is bold and eye-catching, successfully differentiating it from the standard C5 while maintaining its overall slick and modern aesthetics. Now that that's out of the way, let's have a look at its performance. As mentioned, the C5 GT is powered by a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine that produces 145 kilowatts of power and 290 Newton meters of torque. This is a significant increase over the regular C5's 1.5-liter engine, which produces only 115 kilowatts of power and 250 Newton meters of torque. I must say that the engine provides good performance with plenty of power for highway driving and city commutes. However, the biggest change comes in terms of the transmission. Previously, the 1.5-liter engine was mated to a CVT gearbox, and now it is mated to a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission on the 1.6 GT. The 7-speed dual-clutch automatic transmission is smooth and responsive, and it contributes to the peppy acceleration that you get from this vehicle. Let's launch it and see what it's all about. Zero to 100 kilometers per hour is said to happen in about 7.8 seconds. As you would have noticed, there was a bit of turbo lag at the initial start. However, as with most turbocharged engines, you will experience some turbo lag. In terms of handling, the C5 GT has a secure and well-composed type of handling, almost similar to the German type of feel. The suspension is comfortable and absorbs bumps rather quite well. On the safety front, the C5 GT comes as standard with features such as automatic emergency braking, lane departure warning, blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, adaptive cruise control, amongst other features. I tried to use the emergency lane keep assist, and yo, that was an experience. The vehicle's reaction was rather quite aggressive in my opinion. In urban scenarios, the C5 GT's small size and light steering make it easy to maneuver in tight spaces. The comfortable suspension helps to smooth out bumps and potholes. You will also enjoy the crystal clear reversing camera should parking in and out of malls ever be needed. On the highway, the C5 GT has plenty of power and the comfortable seats will make long journeys less tiring. Overtaking will never be a problem. You just put your foot down and you're well away. Thanks to the coupe style body, there's minimal wind noise. It's not boom boom, but it certainly shifts smoothly and it packs a punch. What about the exhaust sound, you may ask? And that's the exhaust sound. There's no real sound to it. It even has a soft limiter at 4000 RPM. They nailed the performance and looks. Now it's time to make it sound mean. Fuel economy is rated at 6.8 liters per 100 kilometers. I was seeing between 8.5 to 8.9 liters per 100 kilometers before letting the car idle for too long. You get a 5-year or 150,000 kilometer warranty, whichever comes first, and if you're the first owner, you get an impressive 10 years or 10 million kilometer warranty for the engine. You also get a service plan of 5 years or 70,000 kilometers, whichever comes first. From an interior perspective, you still get all the creature comforts as you normally would with the top of the range Elegance S model. You have electric sports leather seats with electric adjustment. Guys, just look at this dashboard layout. Those dual digital 10.25-inch screens are just magnificent. The infotainment system is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay compatible and is also equipped with advanced features such as voice commands.
What's up?
Open sunroof.
Opening the sunroof.
Close sunroof.
Sure, it's closing.
Omoda. But my personal favorite will always be the GTA style 3D 360 camera view when you come to a junction or a crossing. You have a dual automatic climate control system for the front passengers. You have 2 USB ports at the front, 12-volt socket, and a wireless charging pad. Rear passengers are treated to a USB port and air vents. There's also ample amounts of storage areas. That's the front seat in my comfortable sitting position, and there's your space. And yes, it also has ISOFIX anchor points. As you can see, compared to the C5 Elegance S, the interior has not changed. Oh, and the steering wheel, it finally gets the Omoda badge. Speaking about the steering wheel, that steering wheel is super light. However, you can set it up to be a bit weighted in sport mode. Speaking about modes, we have normal, eco, and my favorite, sport mode. Vroom. Each mode has its own effect on the ambient lighting. To add on to all of this, you also get 6 airbags. This car is a real value for money. With a recommended selling price of 589,990, cost of ownership will set you back 14,469 with an installment of 11,534, fuel of 1,185, and an insurance cost of 1,750 based on my profile. With that being said, it's now time for the Mio score. For the interior, I'll give the vehicle a 9 out of 10. For the exterior, I'll give the vehicle a 9 out of 10. For engine and performance, I'll give the vehicle an 8 out of 10. For safety and tech, I'll give the vehicle a 9 out of 10. For an overall score, I'll give it a 9 out of 10. The Omoda C5 GT therefore gets a Mio score of 44 out of 50. Thank you for watching. Until next time.